Representative Lisa Brown decided to read the Vagina Monologues in front of 2,500 spectators in Michigan. And of course, this was her way of protesting the fact that she was barred from the House floor after she said vagina during her debate against anti-abortion policy. This is great because 2,500 people got together to hear her speak. And also, Ensler, the writer of the Vagina Monologues, was there to read along with her.
Right. So I love that they're fighting back. So they're proposing these, laws to limit your choice all throughout the country, including in Michigan. So this representative fights back, and she read a letter where she said, "Get out of my vagina," basically, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, "How dare you say that?" Now they got in a lot of trouble because, as a lot of the signs say, and as the people of Michigan realize, they said, if you can't say it, don't regulate it. Right? If you're so embarrassed of the word vagina, which actually Anna said first, when we were doing that story initially on the Young Turks, if you can't even say it, then what are you doing getting inside of it and trying to tell women what to do and what not to do with their vaginas and their uteruses, et cetera, right? And so now the Republicans turn around and go, no, we didn't ban her for saying vagina. We banned her for intimating that it might be rape if we were to, get government inside their vaginas. Come on. They also barred another female representative from speaking because she wanted to talk about, well, if you're going to regulate our body parts, then maybe we should get into regulating vasectomies. And they're like, how dare you? But that actually is even less defensible because she's just making an argument about the bill, and she'd like to introduce a bill about vasectomies. But men are so, offended by it. How dare you talk about our bodies? They banned her from speaking.
Yeah.
And that's why 2,500 people showed up, and they're fighting back, and they're saying, we've had enough.
It's so unbelievably insulting to have a bunch of middle-aged men tell women what they can and can't do with their bodies. It would be the equivalent of me telling middle-aged men what kind of soap to use when they're washing their balls.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually, that might not be as bad.
It's so insulting and stupid. It's a woman's body. Let her make that decision. And obviously, you don't know what's going on in her family, in her personal life. Every situation is different.
As I've said a million times, obviously, totally acceptable position to be pro-life, right? Now, that isn't the question. The question is, well, number one, are you going to ban the lady for saying, I used to be pro-life, back in college. But I wouldn't have banned you for using the word vagina. Okay, that's crazy. We're having a conversation, partly related to that body part, right? So that's point number one. Point number two is, look, if you take away women's reproductive rights, I think that they're within their rights to say that there's a war on women because you're trying to limit my choice. Right now, you could make a counter argument, et cetera, but that's. And then number three is we already have a Supreme Court decision on this. It is the law of the land that you have to allow for abortion within a certain period of time, and they're trying to chip away at that because they don't like that law, so they keep wanting to change it. So then, of course, it's great when they fight back in Michigan.